A Chicago area prep school is coming under scrutiny for a recent questionnaire given to students. High school juniors at Loyola Academy were asked questions about race, including this one. How do you benefit from white privilege, and how have you held on to that belief despite knowing the harm it does? A Loyola Academy spokesperson says the controversial questions are no longer being used, but the school will continue to implement a structured study of racism as part of their ethics curriculum. And we are joined now by Charlie Kirk, founder of Turning Point USA. That's a group that aims to educate students about conservative values in high schools and also in colleges. Charlie, thanks for your time. The idea here, I'm sure, is to get students to think. Is it the assignment you didn't like here, or was it the execution of it?
Well, all of it. I mean, the idea of white privilege is a racist idea, not rooted in any sort of truth whatsoever. I grew up right down the street from Loyola Academy, which is one of the main reasons I spoke out against this. I know the area really well. I went to Wheeling High School, and we had none of this garbage in our high schools a decade ago. And I could tell you, going to a high school that was 53% Hispanic, English as a second language, we got along with each other, mostly because we were told not to care about skin color and instead care about people's character. Now we're doing the opposite in our country. We're almost putting a premium on the melanin content in people's skin. And I could tell you right now, this leads in a very dark and dangerous direction. And I see it manifesting in a variety of different ways, not in just high schools, but college campuses and corporations and our United States military. It's originating of an idea called critical race theory. So happy to expand on it more. But I could tell you that that is not reflective of the suburban Chicago values that I knew when I grew up.
So if we were to change the question to say maybe how would you define white privilege, and what does that phrase mean to you? Or what is racial inequity, and have you ever seen examples of it in your life? Again, that would be, to me, an interesting conversation. Would you be okay with that?
Well, not really. Again, why does skin color matter? That's the whole point. Is like, as soon as you start talking about skin color, then you're inherently having a racist conversation. How about two-parent privilege? That's a real thing. You should have a conversation on whether or not you have a father in the home. That's a real thing.
So you don't think racial inequity or, at least the definition or the thought of white privilege it's just not a thing. It shouldn't be discussed.
No, it doesn't exist. There's twice as many white people than black people in poverty in America. Asian Americans are far richer than white people in America. You go through rural Appalachia, southeastern Ohio, or West Virginia. The richest immigrants in America are Nigerian Americans. Indian Americans in the suburbs of Chicago are far wealthier per capita than white Americans.
What about on the south side of Chicago?
What about it?
Would you say there is racial inequity there, or no?
No. You know why? It has nothing to do with the color of their skin. It has to do with the fact that 75% of those kids grow up without a father in the home.
And 50 of their schools have been closed, and there are no grocery stores. I mean,
that's not because of skin color. It's because of other factors. You see, there's disparities. Don't always blame discrimination for those disparities. The great Thomas Sowell taught us that. So the idea that white people inherently have it better because of the color of their skin is a racist idea. It is not rooted in science. It's not rooted in facts. People struggle regardless of their skin color. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, a black kid raised by a mother and father is far more likely to succeed than a white child raised by a single mother. So if that curriculum wants to be accurate, maybe they should say, talk about your two-parent privilege, not your white privilege.
Charlie Kirk, founder of Turning Point USA. We did have a couple more questions for you, so we'll have you back to talk about that later.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
What is going on, folks? Appreciate you guys watching. Do me a favor, if you're trying to get to the next reaction video that I did after this video, it's right here. But if you're trying to get to my own personal stuff where I do a lot of comedy things that make you laugh, can help brighten your day, then you click right here, all right? And if you want to subscribe to this channel, you forgot to get to know who I am first, all right? Then you're going to click right here to lead you into the subscription. Make sure you hit the bell notifications to get notified anytime I post a video, all right? Peace.